يا أهلا بكم.
يا
سهلا.
أهلا وسهلا.
Feel like home now.
Exactly. This is home for our chapter.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so I think we can get started now that we're all feeling like we're home. Okay. Quick reminder that this session is being recorded, just for everyone to know. So that means your beautiful faces will be recorded, your engagement will be recorded, and you can always view this recording on our YouTube channel, and we'll be sharing that link with you as well. So today is a very special day for us as a chapter because we are kicking off our ICW events with Coach Kevin Craig, who is not only an amazing coach and entrepreneur, he is an MCC with over 10,000 hours of coaching experience, which is amazing. Yes, this is our Eid gift to you, everybody. Happy Eid to everyone celebrating. So yeah, he not only has 10,000 hours of coaching experience. This experience spans across different industries, such as aviation and oil and gas. He's also a kinesiologist by training. He's an entrepreneur and a business owner, and he will introduce himself and introduce his webinar right now. Thank you, Kevin. It's all yours.
Thank you, Islam. Welcome everybody, and happy Eid. And thank you for inviting me to be with you in the Saudi chapter. Lovely to see so many members. I'd love to see your faces. It would give me so much joy to look at humans rather than boxes. So if you are able to start your cameras, I'd love to see you. And for this to be not just a webinar, but to be some real engagement here this week, this session. We're going to look at how to eliminate drama. A quick show of hands. How many people have got drama in their life right now? Yeah, okay, cool. It's pretty common, especially with what's going on in the world right now. So not a surprise that so many hands went up. So thank you for the wonderful introduction, Islam. I don't know what else to say about myself. Other than I've been in the region for the last 20 years. I also grew up in Muscat when I was younger. So Middle East is really home for me. I've made my home in Bahrain with my lovely wife Khaloud, and yeah, it's just, this is what I do. I actually love what I do. I set myself a New Year's resolution 3 years ago, which was, I'm not going to do anything that doesn't bring me joy. And I can honestly say for the last 3 years, I've been living to that resolution. So everything that I do does bring me joy. And that's why I've recently completed my studies on kinesiology. So now I'm a professional kinesiopractor, and you're probably thinking, what the hell is one of those? So I'll use a metaphor to describe what one of those is. It's like a human electrician. So in other words, when I'm working with my coaching clients and I come across something that's a bit stuck and can't intellectually be solved through a coaching conversation, then I do the work of kinesiology and we bust it that way in just a couple of seconds. So that's really why I took that, to really work with clients at a deeper level for stuff that we can't shift from a regular coaching conversation. So how are we going to do hands up? I see we've got a hand raised up from Habib. Habib, your hand is raised.
He might be frozen.
Hello?
Or else he raised his hand for being living in drama. And it's frozen then. I think that.
No worries. No worries. So as we go through tonight, feel free to kind of unmute and come in and speak, where we'll be posing a bunch of questions to you, and we'd love to get your feedback around those and share, and then let's have an open discussion around what we're going through tonight. But I'm going to start sharing my my screen. Oops, wrong one. Oh, let me get the right one up. Here we go. There we go. So you see, everybody see the slide? All right, cool stuff. I'm not seeing everybody, so so if you do have a question or your hand up, then just please unmute and come in. I only see a couple of you on the screen. So this tonight is all about eliminating drama from our lives, and you know, many of you said you've got some drama. So let's have a look and unpack. The first thing that we're going to do is do a bit of a drama inventory. And some of you will be very familiar with this circle, this wheel, similar to the wheel of life. So let's do a drama inventory. So quickly get a piece of paper out, pen and paper, divide it up like a pizza, and name those wedges. And really what you'll be asking yourself is there drama in that wedge for me? And if there is drama in that wedge, what do you really struggle with? So identify the drama in each area, and what are the areas that you struggle to be drama free? So I'm just going to pop that information into chat, and just take a few moments to oh, I can't seem to paste. Why is that? Just take a few moments to get some clarity around that for you using that inventory. There we go. Information is in chat. For each of those areas around in your life, just ask yourself, do you have drama? Is there drama in that area? If so, what is the drama?
May I have a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Let me just have a definition for what do I have a drama with? When I say drama,
Yeah.
is it the negative side you mean? Yani, I need to make clear of it.
Sure. So we are going to look at what does drama mean in a minute. But for now, I think of it as like, it's, you know what drama is. It's heavy. It's like, oh, it's kind of got that energy with it. It's probably not something that's going to light your fire. It's the opposite end of the scale to what lights your fire. So just think of it as something really kind of heavy. It's getting on your nerves. It's dragging you down. That's probably what you want to consider drama at the moment. We're going to look at, in the next slide, when we've had some feedback from here, what really drama is and some of the roles we can take in drama. But you may have your own definition of drama. I tend to think of drama is that it's heavy. It's I'm not looking forward to it. It's an energy drain. That's how I kind of, it's often unnecessary. That's how I kind of see drama. But you might have your own definition, and that's okay. Does that help?
Yes, thank you. But you need us to see if we are drama free or we are struggling with this area.
Well, if you're drama free in all of that area, then I'm going to fly and meet you and buy you dinner, because I want to know how you do it. So just check in with each of those areas and see, you know, are you drama free? If not, where is the drama? You know, it may be a small drama. It doesn't have to be, you know, big stuff. It could be big stuff, you know, it could be divorce and, you know, all of this kind of big ticket stuff, but it may not be. It may just be, you know, the car broke down today, you know. So, you know, have a look. What have you got going on from a drama perspective?
Hello, Kevin. Hello, Craig.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just a quick question again. It also probably depends. This is Abdul Sattar. Maybe where the position where I've based the spot. So I could probably be having a drama in my career, but it's not really dragging me down. It's something that I'd like to grow more. So it could be in an upper position. And another one could be financially, which again, I want to grow more, but it's dragging me more. I mean, could we state it in a point where exactly I put the spot within the circle? Could that be a way of doing it?
So right now you could use this wheel just from a place of, do I or don't I have drama in that category? And what is, if you want to rate it, like 10 out of 10 is full of drama, 0 out of 10 is no drama, and then you choose what you want in between. And also just give some thought for each category. What specifically is the drama in that category? You know, it could be career, and it could be, oh, my best friend has left. I've got, I've got no buddy at work, or it could be my key salesperson has resigned and I'm going to struggle to meet targets this quarter. What is the drama that you've got going on in each of those categories? Just take some time to inner reflect on those. We've got a couple of things in chat. Let's see. Okay, so we've got career, family and friends, finance. There's Nahi. Yeah, so notice everybody's got different categories where they've got drama in their life. Also, just want to normalize this. It's pretty normal for us to have drama, so don't, you don't have to go for the Xanax quite yet if you're inner reflecting. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll have an alternative for the Xanax. How are you doing? Do you need some more time? Almost there, yeah. All right, let's have a couple of shares. Let's have a couple to hear from a couple of you. Tanya, love to see your faces. Turn your camera on, unmute. What are the areas you've got drama in? And just give us the bottom line, the zubda of what that drama is. What is it for you? Who's going to be the brave one and unmute and speak?
Yeah, hi Kevin. This is Habib.
Hey, Nazan.
Yeah, thank you. I like your Arabic, Kevin. Yeah. Okay, so 2 areas that I have spotted from the wheel of drama. One is fun and the other one is career. So when it comes to fun and enjoyment in life, despite all the resources that I have, and I have no issues when it comes to relationships, family, all the resources, money, and so on. Yet I'm not seeing myself are enjoying what I have. Speaking of the real enjoyment, I have things inside of me, despite really, and I have everything, but I don't see any enjoyment. So that's really a very critical area. The other thing is I'm kind of worried about the career and about the maybe coaching future that I have invested a lot of time, a lot of development there, and a bit worried about what might come, especially we're living in the pandemic and what might come rise, economy coming down and so on. So all these concerns are, kind of trapping me, my thoughts, and so on.
Great, thank you for sharing. And as you're sharing, there seems that a theme is kind of uncertainty. Like, what's the future going to hold, right? That question mark of
exactly, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Great, thanks for sharing, Habib.
Thank you.
Let's have somebody else who wants to share.
And I have the same idea as Mr. Habib as well. It's related to economy in general, because from there it can get the interaction between all the categories in the wheel. When you are, let's say, relaxed with your, let's say, financial, then everything will be okay, will be settled. So financial was dramatic to me, and that's why I have chosen this point as well. So I put it over 10 financial. The others differs in the scale, but I do have drama in financial. It's not only on my personal issue, but in general, as the epidemic, as Mr. Habib has mentioned as well. Thinking and worry about the future as well. So yes, we share some points.
Great, thanks for sharing. Thank you. And do you resonate with what's already been shared? Is that kind of resonating with you too in what's been shared in terms of the economy? What's next? Who's got something slightly different, maybe in other categories around that?
Well, I would like to.
Go, Hina.
I would like to. Yeah. Hi. So I would. My drama area is family and friend, and I can relate with Mr. Habib and Mr. Mazen, I guess you are speaking. So, but my drama, I feel that the other areas are a little okay, not a little okay, more okay, because as long as it's personal growth and everything, anything related to yourself, so you can deal with the drama. It's your drama and you have to deal with. But family and friend, they are other. This is relationships, and you need to save the relations, and you need to face the challenges, and you need to resolve some conflicts sometime. So this drama is always drain my energy. As long as I just want to be in better relationships, in all the relationships, even in community, with people, with colleagues, with friends, with family. So this always takes more energy than other areas, as sometimes the results are not as you desire or you wish.
I agree. I agree. Anybody got another area that you want to share? I know, Ibrahim, I saw your hand hovering. Is there something you want to share?
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Evening.
What I see is that the thing that I'm really finding it is the maybe limiting beliefs that I'm going through, and this sometimes hold me back from going into, for example, the personal development, personal growth. Going into engaging on submitting, for example, going to some areas in coaching, like business coaching or stuff like that. So this is one of the areas that I think that I'm really suffering from, and I think I need to see how do I go out of this area.
Great. Thank you for sharing, Ibrahim. Noha, I see your hand is up.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Good. Thank you. Lovely.
It's so good to see you again. I just want to say hi to everyone is there, and especially to the Saudi chapter team. I miss you guys, and Eid Mubarak for you and everyone.
Great.
Okay,
Thank you, Noha. Thank you. What's your drama? What's the area that you're drama in?
My area of drama is the significant others, not others, and the actually the drama it's coming out of fear. The problem is the fear of being alone and the fear of being with someone.
Thank you for sharing, Noha. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
And so let's have a look with all of your dramas. And often dramas manifest themselves into a circumstance. And when we're in these circumstances, we're typically in 3 roles. So I'm going to share my screen again, and you should see drama. When there is drama present, we are pretty much guaranteed to be in one of these 3 roles. We can only be in one role at a time. And we can move in between these roles. So we don't necessarily stay static in each of these roles. We can often move in between the role. So let's unpack these roles first of all, and then we're going to reflect on your dramas and what roles that you're taking with those dramas that you have. So the persecutor role, this is the role where the persecutor thinks that they got to win at all costs, right? They got to control, and it's often through blame, criticism, or oppression. Let me give you an example, right? It's a made-up example. I'm at the swimming pool with my friend, and I push my friend in the pool, and I say, "I bet you can't swim," right? I'm kind of putting a persecutor energy onto my friend. What would my friend then do? What's his typical reaction going to be now? He's going to be splashing in the pool, being the victim because he doesn't know how to swim. And the victim's role is when we think that we're powerless and we're at the mercy of life's circumstances. And often the victim is unwilling to take responsibility for what happens in their life. So there he is, splashing in the pool, being the victim. I then look at that and think, oh my goodness, what have I done? And I move from the persecutor role into the rescuer role, take off my clothes, dive in and save him. The rescuer role is one where the rescuer intervenes on behalf of the victim to save them from perceived harm. And what we actually do is we foster dependency by relieving the victim of taking responsibility for themselves. So often the rescuer and coaches, I have to say coaches, generally, if we had to kind of make a huge assumption here, coaches tend to gravitate towards rescuer because of our caring nature, right? We want to help people and we want to take care of them. And often, I know I have found myself in the rescuer role many times, and many of my colleagues find that a very familiar place. So we can be in these roles, and this is, so when drama is present, we are guaranteed pretty much to be in one of these roles. If you think of COVID right now, what role is COVID in? What role is COVID playing?
Persecutor.
The persecutor, absolutely. Persecutor, right? COVID is the persecutor. What are many people in the world? What role are they playing?
Victims.
Victim.
The victims, right? Pfizer, Sinopharm, AstraZeneca, who are they coming in to be?
Rescue.
Right, they're coming in to be the right? They're the rescuers. They're going to save the day, and you know we're all going to be back to normal. So that's how COVID is playing out. If I give you an example, a few years ago, about 10 years ago now, I was a victim of financial fraud, and I ended up millions of euros in debt. So the persecutors for me were the people who I was engaging with. It was a fraudulent investment house that was shadow trading. Anyway, I'm not going to go into the drama, but that was there. Their role was the persecutor. I was the victim. It was done to me, and I was the victim. And I realized that for about 8 months of my life, I was waiting for the rescuer. So I was in the victim space and I was waiting for the rescuer to arrive. It wasn't until one of my friends said, "How long do you want to wait?" did I kind of get the shift. But you know, we can often be in one of these roles and not realize it. My hope today is to bring awareness to you. So when you are in drama, or when you have got drama present in your life, it's because one or more of those roles are being played out. So another time for some inner reflection. In the areas that you struggle to be drama-free, there's drama. So what specifically is the drama? Like, name it, and if you can, in 3 to 5 words, what is the drama? And what is the role you're playing? Not somebody else. What's the role you're playing in that? You can identify what role somebody else is playing, but really I want the focus here to be you. So what's the role you're playing in that drama right now? And I will pop that in chat. So you have those questions in chat. You can refer to the slide here. Persecutor, rescuer, or victim. What's your drama? And what role are you playing? Have a think. And it might move, right? You could be in a couple of roles. You know, one of my clients, bless her, I had many years ago, her son, you know, was not in a good place in terms of, you know, he was taking drugs. He was you know, quite mentally unstable, and he would often, you know, ask his mum for money. And so when the son asked the mum for money, and the mum said no, The mum was the persecutor because she said no. And then the son went into the victim role. When the son went into the victim role, he then threatened to take his life. So which role did he kind of then flip into? He flipped into the persecutor role. And then his mum slips into the victim role going, oh my God, I've got a son who is going to do this to himself. And then she tries to rescue. So I know that's kind of a dramatical example, but I wanted just to give you an example of how we can all move. It's quite dynamic, this triangle, and how we can move between roles depending what's going on in the moment. So think about your drama that you've got going on in your life. What would you call that drama circumstance? 3 to 5 words. And what role are you currently playing in that? Or what role do you find yourself in that?
Can you play different roles with different people?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, good observation. Yes, you can. Yeah, so the drama might be the set of circumstances, and you could be rescuer to one person, and you could be playing victim to the other person, and to somebody else you might be the persecutor, right? Yeah, and then there you really have drama. You know.
Could both people consider the other to be the persecutor?
Indeed.
Yeah.
You know, kids often find this, like, mum and dad, you're both the persecutors, I'm going to be the victim, right? Because you're not buying me toys, right? In that moment when you don't buy the kid toys, you're the persecutor and they become the victim. And then we go, oh, we don't like to see them cry, so we become the rescuer, right? You know, that's the parent to try and rescue us.
Could you be the persecutor and the victim in the same circumstance?
Could you be persecutor and rescuer in the same?
No, not rescuer. Persecutor and victim in the same circumstance.
You can be it in the same circumstance, but not in the same moment.
Okay.
Right? So you might have the first 5 minutes of the conversation, you're the persecutor, right? And then the conversation changes and you become the victim.
Hello.
Kevin. Sorry.
Yeah, go
Hi.
ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. Hi. My name is
Hi, Fatin.
Fatin. Eid Mubarak.
Eid
I
Mubarak.
want to thank you for.
You're on mute, Fatin.
Sorry. So sorry. So I want to thank you for shedding light on this drama triangle, because I usually experience it with others. But when you asked us what's our personal drama, so I'm internalizing it as playing with myself in all these different roles. Look, how could I be the victim of my story, or the persecutor, or the aggressor? This is interesting, and I don't know how it happens, and I'd love to hear about how you resolve it, or how do you even resolve it with others. With the lady who just said that can you be the victim and the persecutor? I see a lot of people in front of me who victimize themselves in a way that makes them persecutors, to make other people feel guilty.
That can also happen. And we can get caught up in the web of manipulation, right, as well. And it can get very, very, very sophisticated. Thanks for sharing, Fatin. And I am going to give you the way out. So for all of you on this call, stay tuned, right? Don't check out yet, because I'm going to give you the way out of drama. And I think what the goal I have here tonight is to simplify this, right? Let's not get caught up in the psychology and all of this, deeper stuff. Let's simplify. When we have drama, we're typically in one of those 3 roles. So let's hear a couple of you. What's the drama? 3 to 5 words of the circumstance of drama. And what is the role you're playing? Who would like to share? What's your drama and what's the role you're playing? Go, Noha.
Okay, the drama, as I said, it's the avoidance of being in a relationship, even if I met someone or somebody is very good, but I just run away. And the roles I'm playing, it's the persecutor and the rescuer to avoid being the victim.
Ah, so who are you trying to rescue?
Myself.
Okay. And how are you persecuting yourself?
Because I give myself a chance to be involved in a relationship. I open the door, I get into knowing the person, changing information, changing knowledge and experience, but then I rescue myself out.
Because you don't want to be the victim.
Yeah.
So who's the persecutor? Who's the one what's the element of blame or criticism or oppression that's coming your way?
It is just the fear of getting hurted, the fear of I'm going to share something that just came up to my mind. It's the fear of not being enough.
Yeah, I hear you. How many others here have that same fear? Fear of not being enough, not being good enough, or forms thereof, right? I'm not worthy, right? You know, that whole family of, yeah, it's a common one, Noha. It's a common one. And we've got a great community of people on the call that can help, right? You know, so, you know,
definitely.
Part of our role as coaches is to help others and also ask for help when we need it, Nuha. So
yeah.
don't suffer in silence. Yeah, these are all, whatever we get faced in our life, whatever comes our way, I'm a firm believer it's an invitation for us to learn and grow. So whatever drama that you've got in your life right now, okay, it is drama and it might suck, right? You might think, oh, I wish I was the other side of it. And what is the opportunity for you to learn and grow? And guess what? If we don't learn and grow from that drama, we'll get sent another drama to learn and grow from. So if you keep getting similar themes or similar threads, we've really got to look in the mirror and go, what am I not getting? Do you know what I mean? What part of this do I not get? Because if we don't get it, we're going to be sent it again and again and again until we graduate. So, you know, what is it that we need to learn? What is it that we need to grow? And what's that invitation for us when there's often drama present? So looking at the roles, we don't have to stay in those roles. Those roles are a choice. We can stay in them if we want to, but we don't have to. This is the way out. The way out of drama is these three roles. And I'm going to share with you in a minute how they interrelate with one another. But just like we have three roles in drama, this is the way out of drama. And there are three roles. They're either the challenger, the creator, or the coach. So the challenger sparks learning by challenging assumptions and the status quo. They bring challenging energy. They focus on improvement and development, on holding people accountable for taking action. So there's a real challenging energy with the challenger, but it's different from the persecutor. The persecutor is like a suppression energy. This is a challenge energy. On the other side, we have the coach. And the coach empowers people through inquiry to help them gain clarity. Now, when we mean coach, I don't want you to confuse it with the formal coaching relationship that we might develop with somebody over 6, 8, 10 sessions, but it's coach-like, right? So we be coach-like. So instead of them telling them what to do, we would ask that question. Remember, powerful questions are really the tool of the trade of us as coaches. So with being coach-like, we empower people through inquiry to help them gain clarity. And then we've got the creator. And the creator focuses on the vision and desired outcomes and takes full responsibility for initiating the action to achieve their desired outcomes. So these are the three roles. Drama was all about persecutor, rescuer, and victim. The way out of drama is this. So I'm going to show you another slide which has them in relationship with one another. So this is the relationship. The way out is north. So if you find yourself being the persecutor, I invite you to bring more challenging energy rather than persecution energy. If you find yourself being the rescuer, I invite you to be more coach-like. Everybody on this call, I'm assuming, is a coach. You've got the coaching skills. Let's not save people. Let's be coach-like with them. Let's ask them that question and help them gain the clarity. Let's not deprive them of that opportunity to learn and grow. And if you're the victim, the opportunity is for us to be the creator. So let me give you an example of, remember I was talking about that person in the swimming pool that I pushed in and I was the persecutor. So instead of pushing the person into the pool saying, I bet you can't swim, I would have the conversation say, I challenge you to swim to the other side and back without using a flotation device. So it's an invitation to challenge what would be done normally. It's an invitation to challenge the status quo. And they make the choice. So I'm leaving the responsibility and accountability for them, whether they jump in or not. I'm not denying them of that. They make that choice. If they're struggling, if I see them struggling in the water, first time round, I take my clothes off and I dive in to save them. But instead of diving in to save them, I might say, what do you need? What do you need from me right now? And they might say, put your arm out, reach in for me, or throw me a rubber ring. Or I might say to them, hold your head up, nice long legs, kick your legs nice and straight. And I might give them the encouragement to come to the other side and be more coach-like with them rather than just assuming that they need rescuing. Often the rescuer will see somebody's struggle, but the person struggling is actually having a learning opportunity. And when we save the person, we deny them of that learning opportunity. And then the victim, instead of being that person in the pool, kind of waving his arms around, unwilling to take responsibility for what happens in my life, I might look, I don't want that to happen to me again. I'm going to learn and swim. I'm going to take swimming classes. Excuse me. The other example I shared with you earlier about my the financial fraud circumstance that I found myself in when I was the victim and I was waiting for the rescuer to show up, who never did, no surprise. I really had to ask myself, what's the vision and desired outcome I want? How long do I want to stay in this financial mess? I've made it once, I can make it again. And what do I want to take responsibility for initiating and making happen? And so many people in this world are in that victim role because they're not willing to take responsibility. And that often many of them don't have a vision. Many of them don't have a desired outcome. And I'm sure you're familiar with sitting with people in coffee shops and they'll bitch and moan. Right? I call them stitch and bitch sessions, right? They'll bitch and moan. And when you say to them, so what do you want? They kind of look at you and go, oh, never thought of that. And so this is the role we can have as coaches in the world. We can help people graduate from that drama triangle and invite them into the creator role, into the challenger role, and into the coach role. So question for you. Looking at your drama in your life and what you've got going on, I'll stop sharing for a moment. Where is the opportunity for you? Oh, I think I pasted the wrong thing. Ignore me on that one. I'm going to paste something else. So answer the following questions. What's the role you're invited to adopt? So from the last time you were thinking about your drama, you were in a role. If you were in the victim role, the invitation is creator. If you're in the challenger, if you're in the persecutor role, the invitation is challenger. If you're in the rescuer role, the invitation is coach. So identify what that role that you're being invited for is, and what's the coaching skills that you will need to help you be most successful in that new role, in that role of coach, in that role of challenger, and in that role of creator. What is the coaching skill you need? Is it empathy? Is it challenge? I don't know what it is. Is it powerful questions? What's the skill? You know the coaching skills. You're coaches here. What are those skills that would help you? Is it visioning? You know, if I want to move to creator, I need the skill of visioning, right? I need the skill of being able to dream. I may need the skill of giving myself permission to dream of what actually I want and to graduate from the drama. I might need the skill of forgiveness, to forgive myself, finding myself in that situation. So what is that skill you need? Just inner reflect. What's the role that you're being invited into from the drama? And what's the coaching skill that would give you the biggest bang for your buck and create the biggest shift for you as you step into that new role? Take a few moments to inner reflect. Oh, Ibrahim's taking risk. Nice. And what role is that, Ibrahim? In which role?
Persecutor.
Ah, so you want to graduate from persecutor into challenger?
Yes.
And so what's specifically the risk you're taking in the challenger role?
Well, actually, I said that I'm having a limiting beliefs, especially with personal growth.
Right.
And I'm considering myself an old person. So when I'm taking courses, I always think about the ROI. Okay. And that is really putting me always on thinking how I'm going to get back my money, which is, which I spent into developing myself. So this is what I'm saying, that maybe taking the risk will help me going out of that area or of that role, actually.
Yeah. So if you want to bring more challenging energy, I'll challenge you right now. I'll challenge you, instead of you putting your hand in your pocket to pay for this, see how you can get it from your clients or customers for them to fund this for you. This is something that I learned years ago. And as coaches, we were having this conversation actually prior to many of you joining. As coaches, we're quite generous in our own personal development financing. Wouldn't you say so? We kind of don't think twice about paying for a course or doing something, right? We often love to invest in ourselves. But we also, from a commercial perspective, we want to be getting a return on this. And so something that I said to myself a few years ago, I'm not going to put my hand in my pocket without knowing how it's going to come back. So what I personally do now is whenever I invest in something, I make sure it's either been pre-sold or that I'm somehow factoring in that into the costs of my upcoming invoicing, etc. So I challenge that for you, Ibrahim. I love the fact that you're investing in yourself and learning and growing. Love it. And how can you claw that back from your customers and get that ROI that you're speaking about. Who else wants to share?
In my drama of being financial, lacking
Yeah.
of aids, I was a victim, let's say. I'd like to change, to empower myself to be a creator, focusing on a certain vision, let's say, to adapt and follow. I think I have to use the commitment mainly as a skill. Yes.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
this was the, let's say, the process that I'm going to follow in order to be drama free.
Great. Yeah, I love it. It's, you know, it's all very well having a vision that's out there, but I love what you're speaking about commitment, because it's that commitment to that vision, right? And maybe it's also about breaking it down, because sometimes a vision can be overwhelming, and when we break it down, it becomes more achievable and has milestones to it. Great. Thanks, Mazen. Let's have one more share. Who wants to share? Habib.
Yeah. So considering my drama that I'm living in, and I'm not enjoying to the optimal things that I have, so I'm placing myself in the victim role. I'm seeing myself there. So in order to make a move and a good leap toward taking myself and helping myself moving out, I would say I need to replace that kind of maybe negative energy with a positive one and be more of self-motivated and taking responsibility. So I'm responsible of the things that's happening in my life. And I'm the only one that can help myself to the best. So again, envisioning the future, seeing a bright future, working toward achieving the vision that I put for myself, that would be very helpful to me. Creating my path of success, I would say.
Great. And what's that one step you want to take, Habib? What's the first step?
You know, maybe replace my perceptions, that things that I'm not really enjoying, and replace it with, I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy what I have. And I have to take a step forward.
Great. And it's a choice, right? You don't have to, but you choose to.
It is my choice. Nobody can help me with it.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. And that's where, you know, that victim role is, it can be quite seductive. Let me be honest with you. That victim role can be quite seductive. It's like, oh, I'm here, you know, let me be here. And often people in our lives will come and rescue us. And what we need to realize, with being rescued the whole time, it actually often encourages people to be more of a victim.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, you know, I see this a lot with parents who their kid hasn't found a job yet, right? And so the parents will give their kids, you know, money every month, like an allowance, and the kid's loving it, right? Because they don't have to work, yet they get their allowance. So the kid is all about, oh, I can't find a job, there's nothing out there for me, being the victim, nothing out there for me, and the parents are being the rescuer. But the moment the parents stop giving the money, they become the persecutor, right? But what the kid's not doing is being the creator.
Hey.
Hey, what happened?
I don't know. You got disconnected.
Yeah. Let's hope everybody comes back. We'll start to bring this to a close in a minute.
So that's strange. Okay, the recording is on. Okay, they're coming back.
Yeah, it suddenly ended. Yes, it disconnected.
We have more than 45 minutes, right, on this one. It's licensed one.
It's a webinar. It lasts for as many hours as we want.
Such a great webinar so far. So
are you enjoying it?
Yes, very much.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll just wait for others to come back, and then we'll start to bring it to a close.
I think
tools.
Yeah, I think everyone is coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for persisting with the Zoom gremlins. We'll just wait a couple more moments for everybody to re-click on the link and join, and then we'll continue our conversation. Hina, your hand is up. Do you have a question while we're waiting for everybody to join? No.
Is there a missing part between moving from the, let's say, victim into creator, persecutor into challenger? Is there a link that can help more advance quickly, let's say?
So here's what I know is that I'll speak from my own experience. So when I've got drama in my life, I think, what is that circumstance? What is that drama? And what role am I playing? And I'm either in one of those three roles. And I identify the role that I'm in when there's drama, and then I just go north. That's the easiest way, is north, right? So if I'm the persecutor in this drama, how can I bring challenging energy versus persecution energy? If I'm rescuing, how can I be more coach-like rather than rescue? And if I'm being victim-like, what is it I want to create? These are the questions I kind of ask myself. So awareness is number one. And then it's what does that new role entitle me and entice me to be doing?
Sometimes if we are playing two roles, for example, as the persecutor and rescuer, sometimes or something, the jumping here and there, maybe it's difficult to, let's say, define exactly which north I should take.
Well, so when you're being the persecutor role, instead of bringing persecution energy, you just bring challenging energy. And when you notice the need to rescue, you don't bring rescuing energy, you bring the curiosity of the coach. Like, what do you need here? Often we find this in relationships, right? Your husband and wife, they'll be arguing, and I might find my wife being the persecutor, right? So and then I'm the victim, and then the conversation will carry on, and she thinks I'm the victim, she's the victim, and I'm the persecutor. We move kind of quite quickly through these roles, depending on the circumstance.
Well, wives are always the victims.
No, not at all. I disagree. I challenge you. here, Mazen. I challenge you. Not always.
They consider themselves as victims.
Oh, be careful. There's a lot of ladies on this call tonight. No, I use that example, but my wife and I have a fantastic relationship, and we can sometimes go into drama, and we don't try to. We try and avoid it, but when we do, we easily identify it. And when that persecution energy is coming up. When blaming and that negative toxic energy shows up. And so when that shows up, to people who are unfamiliar with this work, they go straight to victim. And our job, as thank God, alhamdulillah, we've done this work, and we've done the work on ourselves. We have the skills as coaches. We don't have to go to the victim role when somebody else is being the persecutor. We can take the higher path and engage in a more powerful conversation. We can have that conversation, say, when you said that, Mary, I felt a little blamed. What's your request? We don't have to go to the victim role and go, Mary, it sounds like you're victimizing me. I am fed up of this victimizing language coming from you. We don't have to go to the drama of victim. We can take the higher path because we have the skills. We have that knowledge. So whilst
it wasn't rocket as a joke.
No, I get it. I hear you. No, that's fine. But not everybody has the knowledge that we do, right? So, we can't just say to the other person, well, stop being the rescuer, be more coach-like. They may not have a clue of how to be more coach-like. But they may stay in the drama role, but we don't have to stay in the drama role. And if we're not in the drama role, we don't feed their drama role. So remember, we can, like when you're coaching clients, this is a great tool to use when you're coaching your clients. How many of your clients come to you with drama, right? And now being able to recognize where they are. And, you know, they'll often say, well, it's their fault that I'm in this circumstance. We're not coaching them. We're coaching the person in front of us. How can they take responsibility for how they're contributing to drama? And what's the invitation to graduate from drama? So lots of different levels that you can use this as a tool for with your clients as well. So let me, oh, I want to share a screen, but I think I might just need to do a little bit of arrangements as we had to jump back on. So give me 2 seconds. All right, so that was the slide we were looking at, and this is when they're in relationship with one another. They just sit on top of each other, so that the way out is north. So I wanted also to give you a couple of tools. These are a couple of tools that I've developed, and I got you know, for the International Coaching Week, we've got 2 tools that can really help you here. These specifically are powerful question cards. And for some of you, you were talking about this earlier about how do you really claim a relaxed mind, right? How worry and fear and all the circumstantial stuff. And a couple of you have been talking about tonight, you know, what's in my circle of control and what's outside of my circle of control. In that worry course, we, in claiming a relaxed mind, we deal with all of that. So let me just go through in couple of slides here. Powerful question card box contains 120 powerful question cards to identify topics, to identify and build resonance, and take action and move forward. In other words, to get out of this drama, identify what the topic is of the drama, identify how do I build resonance. And some of you were speaking earlier about, you know, I don't necessarily feel alive or have the energy. And these question cards will help you build resonance. And then finally, how do I take action? And so I've done an offer. It's going to last all week, and we're going to be launching it here. And this is for 10 packs of powerful question cards for $377. They are wonderful. I've got a pack here. I'll stop sharing so you can see. They're powerful question cards. They come in a box, really good quality box, taking the fish metaphor, and you've got 3 packs of powerful question cards, 120 in each. You can use these, gift them to your clients, or even sell them to your clients. I know a couple of you on this call have some boxes already, so that's a really cool tool that you can use to help with yourself in drama and with your clients. And the other one is the offer of Claim Your Relaxed Mind Now. And I've given you 20% off if you buy it individually, but if you buy it with the powerful question cards, you'll get 40% off. So I'm going to pop in chat the details of that, so you can access those after the course and see if you want those, and we'll send those out to you straight away, so you'll have them later this week if you decide to do that. So you can click on the links in there if you need to. So that brings kind of our call to a close here. I want to open it up to questions, because it's such a, you know, we've really just scratched the surface of drama and trying to eliminate it, and it's you know, it can be a lifelong journey for many people, and hopefully this has given you some insights on how you can fast track eliminating some drama from your life. So what questions do you still have out there? Let's open up the floor. No questions?
I could ask a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So regarding the drama triangle, I mean, I always find myself that I tend to, when I, you know, because sometimes you have a client, or most of the times you have clients who play all those roles in a session. You know, they're victims, they're persecutors, they, you know, they have a lot of, you know, we all have issues. So they go through all those roles while you're there. And you can tell that they're going through I'm sorry for the background noise. You can tell that they're going through through the drama triangle. So I could use all those flip side questions, which sometimes, like I coach them through it, but many times I find myself where I need to explain the concept of the drama triangle. And I wonder, is that necessary? Some clients find it very helpful, and some might not are not ready to understand that. So what's your take on that?
So when I'm with a client, and I do believe in coaching that there is an opportunity to take off the coaching hat and actually put on the training hat sometimes, not all the time, but I do check in with the client and I'll say something like, client, I've got a really powerful model that is around drama and how to graduate from drama. Would you appreciate me sharing that with you to help you graduate from some of the circumstances you've got? If they say yes, I'll go ahead and share it with them. And this is all part of, when we talk about the ICF competencies, this is all about, designing that relationship with your client along the way, actually partnering with your client. So, I would refrain from automatically taking off my hat and going, this is what you need to know about client. Let me draw the drama triangle and just launch into teaching mode. I wouldn't do that. I would pause and just share with the client that I've got something useful that you might benefit from. Is that something that you'd like me to share with you, and actually partner with the client that way?
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Thank you.
You're welcome. What other questions are out there based upon what we talk? What are you taking away? What are you learning? What's the insights that you're walking away with from our session today?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So first of all, thank you so much. This is a lovely session and great insight. So my question is, when we are talking about the coaching competencies or ICF competencies, what we have learned, when we're talking about drama in life, so we as a coach, if we are wearing a coach hat, as long as we learn how to be a coach, but the person in front of us or others, I'll say, they are on client position, but how can you consider them a client as long as they are maybe a victim or they are other person? So you can consider them a client once you are wearing a coaching hat, but the client himself also must be explore for the area. So we can ask powerful questions, we can give them a chance to explore, but sometimes even if they are not helping themselves, how can we help more to be a creator or as a coach to get them out of this problem?
I think sometimes, I've met clients that are actually in the victim role and they don't know they're in the victim role. And I see part of our role as a coach is to be holding that mirror up so that they can actually identify where they are right now. And that model of the drama triangle may be a way in to help the identification of where they are in that whole process. And, and sometimes I'm asking clients, how long do you want this to carry on for? Just a simple question. How's that working for you? And sometimes we'll get a giggle, at that. Well, it's not. Okay. So, how long do you want to stay here? You've talked about this for the last 3 sessions. You say you're going to do something and you're not going to, and you don't do it. I'm curious. We can't force clients to do anything. We can just hold the mirror up and powerfully reflect them. And we can challenge, right? Sometimes our clients pay for us to push. Right? We're not there just to have fluffy conversations and Californian woo-woo. Our clients pay for us to push them and pay for us to challenge them. But we've got to be doing that based on the partnership that we've created with them.
That was my question, was when they are a client and they're paying, so they are ready to being pushed or being forced or being, to explore. But when we are talking about the family drama, and life drama. You know, that normal life, it's circumstances. Every day it's happening, and we are not going to get over of this after one another and after another and other one. So the thing is that if it's not, they are not a client, they are people. And by the way, personally, I can say that I'm successfully getting over the dramas.
May I interrupt as well here? I may use the wheel of drama as well, so that we can prioritize our dramas, or the persons in front of us priority in having which drama they have to focus on, and work on it in a certain activity question, and questions will be assembled right in order to come up with a certain identification if he's a victim or persecutor, and then we move step by step. I think that what we have covered now in 1 hour may take us like 5 to 6 sessions with others, maybe.
The other invitation that I have for you, if you're not in a coaching relationship, you know, nobody likes to be coached by stealth, right? That's called manipulation, when we're coaching without permission. And you might have something really cool, like this drama triangle, to share with somebody. Just be transparent about that. Say, hey, buddy, I've got a great, thing that I learned the other day. Can I share it with you? And that's along the lines of asking permission. When we ask permission, and it's a coaching skill, asking permission, as well as a leadership skill, when we ask permission, the door is open for us to have that conversation. If we have the conversation without asking permission, we can often feel violated in some way, shape, or form. So, do share this. You don't need to be in a coaching relationship to share this. I shared this with my wife years ago. I'll share this with my friends if I'm hearing them having drama, but I'll ask permission to actually share that rather than making that assumption.
Actually, Kevin, if I can share something, please. Yes, I've been coaching someone who has actually studied 7 years medicine, and throughout the 7 years, he actually did not want to study medicine. He did not want to become a doctor, and that's a victim role. And by the second session, he actually mentioned something to me. He said, I don't feel that you're adding any value to me. And actually, I'm also an accredited Gallup coach. So I said, okay, you know what? And my top 5, one of them is an achiever. So I said, okay, I'll give you 2 more sessions. If you're not happy, I'll return your money back. And he's signed up now for 2 packages. So I think what we need to do when they are in the drama, we need to give them time. We need to listen to them. We need to hear them out until they can bring it out, and explore more to understand where exactly, and put ourselves in their shoes. That's the issues that some of them are facing, because sometimes he's been living in the in the victim role for 7 years, and when he got the certificate, he actually went to his mom and dad and said, "This is the certificate, thank you." And he went and worked in advertisement, and he's actually a doctor. So sometimes you live in this drama victim role, and then you discover through coaching, or whatever it could be. So that's actually an experience that I've experienced, and it was very challenging for me because I was almost about to lose the client. So sometimes as coaches, we have to even give them time to listen, and maybe they push us back. So it's just something I wanted to add, which actually I've experienced.
Thank you for adding. It's really important that we meet our clients where they are. And, here's what I believe our clients pay for. They pay for us to move the horizon forward. That's what they pay for, right? They don't pay for us to collude with the status quo. And it's really important that when we meet them and we create our designed partnership, and we create that in the early stages of our first session, of that chemistry session, discovery session, whatever you want to call it, that we create what it is we want to create. You design with them how you want to show up as a coach, how you want them to show up as a client, because a lot of people have never been coached before and they collapse it with therapy or what they've heard of, sitting on a sofa and just speaking. No, it's not that, right? You know, we have really powerful conversations where we create shift. And so that discovery session, for want of a better word, is a really important session for you to be having with your clients to create the foundations, the reinforced foundations for a really powerful coaching relationship.
Well, superb, Kevin. This is the last thing I want to share.
Perfect.
That I am in a celebrating era of the way out of drama at the moment. And as I was asking you to, without permission, not about coaching, actually, I just discovered it was a leader role. So I was a leader of the team. I was leading them to get my team the clarity. They get the clarity. And I'm feeling that with the coaching skills, I help them to get the clarity. And now they can see, so we are succeeding as a team. And I am in a leader role. So this is the celebrating moment for me, that they know that they can take the responsibility. If they don't like this drama, they can move out.
Exactly. We're all a choice, right? And, you know, and some people, you know, choosing not to choose is also a choice. And that's something that we as coaches have to articulate to people when we're hearing that.
True.
So I'm just conscious of time. I got a little heads up to say we've got like 10 minutes left. So who has any questions left? And then we can bring it to a close and you can enjoy the rest of your evening. Other questions?
I don't have a question. I just want to have something to add. Maybe it will help Hannah. It will add to her queries or question. Just with the small, the powerful questions that I went through right now with you, starting from the putting or mentioning or knowing which area that I have a drama with, and the demonstration of the drama wheel and the drama exercise, I got a huge realization, to be honest.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So for the people that around us, that they have dramas in their lives, and they're a lot, they're everywhere. Our family, our friends, our husband, our wife, our children, everyone around us, he has his own drama. What I gained from today, that I should deal with my own drama. So, and everyone will be okay with that. And I will not be affected by other people's dramas, because this is their own, and it's all their own choice if they want to get out of it or not. Because some people, they have the resistance to get out of the drama, especially, I don't want to generalize, but especially mothers in the old ages. You cannot force them to, because I was trying to get my mom out of her drama, but I couldn't. I said, okay, you're happy that way, stay that way. So what's matter is my own drama. And this is the thing that I should deal with and get out of.
I love what you're saying. You know, if we those three roles of drama, persecutor, rescuer, and victim, they can't rely by themselves. The persecutor cannot exist if there's no victim.
Yeah.
The rescuer cannot exist if there's no victim.
Yes.
And so, you know, if we're the victim and we don't play the victim, it disempowers that other role from the other person, and we can start eliminating the drama in our lives. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Good stuff. Who am I handing? Thank you. Who am I handing back to? Am I handing back to Islam? Are you the? Shall I hand back to you to bring it to a close?
I was just writing something in the chat box for everybody, just saying, I'm just saying I love how we're showing up as a community right now for each other. And like you mentioned earlier in the webinar, that we are a resource for each other to help push or pull each other outside of the drama as well. We need to be able to ask for help. And as coaches, I think we forget that. And that reminder you started us off with, it is super powerful. So thank you so much, Kevin.
You're welcome.
The tool that you shared with us today is also very powerful. I'm envisioning all the different areas I'm going to be using this, not just in coaching conversations, but even with my own kids at home. I think this is super reflective, and I don't think any of us are going to fall asleep easily tonight, Kevin. So thank you for that. I think we're all going to be sitting there and reflecting. Am I being the persecutor? How do I graduate? What am I doing? Okay, go north. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Okay, so does anybody have any final sort of thoughts or questions before we say goodnight? And thank you to our brilliant speaker.
I would say thank you very much, Kevin, for the very rich, resourceful information, knowledge. It is mind-shifting, truly, and it is very helpful for us as coaches, knowing ourselves, being aware, and helping other clients. So I can't help people to get out of the drama triangle unless I'm helping myself being able to step out of the drama triangle. Thank you very much, ICF chapter, for the collaborative work. And this is really very, thank you, very helpful, very rich information and knowledge. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I also want to acknowledge Noha and Mazen and Habib for sharing, and Hina, of course, for sharing and opening up. I know it's hard to do, but thank you for being a part of our learning today by sharing your own experiences.
Great. So I'll say goodbye, and I just want to wish you all a successful coaching week. You know, it's the coaching week, so let's go out there and coach. Not only coach, but let's be coach-like in every relationship we show up to this week. If everybody in the world could just be a little bit more coach-like, we would be living in such a more harmonious world. So spread the love, spread the coaching skills that we do so well, and stay well and stay safe. And hopefully I'll see you in Saudi at one of your events when everything opens up more.
It'd be amazing, inshallah. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Inshallah.
And look forward to hosting you again at a future event.
You're welcome. Assalamu
Thank you, Kevin.
And happy coaching week to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hina. Thank you.
Okay, good night.